I don't want you to feel like I'm trying to bash you or anything, because I'm just really trying to tell my experience. But everything I think is changing and has changed since I started being more vocal about what I needed from you and what I wanted from you. And I didn't know that that's what it would take to get what I wanted. I want you to offer, and that means more than me asking. But if the same result gets me my kids watched, then I should just, hold it to the same standard. So I don't want you or, anyone else to feel like I'm dragging you, but I don't really have many people to draw inspiration from like, how was I supposed to, what type of mom did I want to be? I just wanted to be like you. And so when I wasn't like you, it made me frustrated. And I just feel like when we didn't have the relationship, I thought that was one of the reasons why you didn't want to be around me, because I wasn't the type of mom like you. Like, I'm too anxious, I'm too overwhelmed, I'm jittery, I'm this, I'm that. Like, I'm not calm, cool, and collected, and on top of it. And I think that might be stressful for you.
So I never expected you to be the type of mom that I was or that I am, because there was a huge difference in our circumstances. I was a stay-at-home mom.
Right.
That is totally different than a mom who is running her own business.
Yeah.
So that's something I could never have compared with, because I didn't have to run my own business. I didn't even have to go and work in somebody else's business. My life revolved around taking care of my house, my husband, and my kids. That was my life.
Right.
So your choices were different. Your skill set is different. You had this whole this business, this bakery, you were doing things that I could never have even dreamed of doing. So the fact that you were even comparing us
is hard.
Doesn't really make sense, because the situations were totally different. You were going to your bakery and working for 10 to 12 hours a day. I was going grocery shopping and doing laundry and going to my kids' school. So that was my day.
Right.
So you never should have compared yourself to me, because the situation was totally different. You have a gift. You have something that I never had. So God had a different plan for you than He had for me.
Do you think that you felt like you resented that you couldn't do the same things that I did? Being able to still go to work, or did you what did you want to do instead of being a stay-at-home mom, or did you want to be a stay-at-home mom? Like, do you feel that was your reason that you didn't work was because, what was your reason?
So being a stay-at-home mom isn't for everybody, but for me, that was exactly what I wanted to do.
Why?
Because I could not imagine. Well, first of all, like I said, you had your own business.
Right.
I didn't have my own business. I was going working for somebody else. And when that somebody else started telling me what time I had to be at work, what time I had to take lunch, what time I had to leave work, I don't really work that well with that whole punching in and out type of deal. So that didn't work for me. And you're not paying me an exorbitant amount of money either. Then I should be at home with my kids rather than paying somebody to watch my kids, paying somebody, because I had 3 of you at the time. Mm-hmm. Jalen was a baby. You and Julian were in school, so I would have been paying for before and after school care and paying for daycare all day. Kirk was working, so it's like, well, I have a husband. How about I let him be a man and work and take care of the family, and I'm going to stay home and take care of the kids. And so I threw everything I had into that. Mm-hmm. So I never regretted that was my choice, because I felt like when you have children, you're supposed to sacrifice for your children. So no, we didn't have all of the things that a lot of other people had.
Right.
We didn't get to go on long vacations. We never went on vacation because I had kids. And I wasn't putting my kids off on anybody so that I could go off on vacation. If we did something, it was for a weekend.
Right.
And that was it. And those times even were few and far between. So we didn't get to do a lot, or else we did things during the day while you all were at school or at daycare. So that's why we used to go to lunch all the time, because you all were at school, Jalen would be at daycare, we can go to lunch. We didn't do a lot of stuff that didn't center around our children, but that's not your story.
Okay, but did you like that, is what I'm saying. Like, I know what you did, but it seemed like it was fun, or it seemed like you were enjoying some part of it, it didn't seem like you were as miserable. So the things that you miss out on, I miss out on a lot of things too, but I feel it. It doesn't feel like you felt that. So I felt like, why are you not able to adjust and move with the punches as easily? So not even that we have the same skill sets or we have the same experience, but you were way more flexible than I was. You were way less, like, I think I'm low maintenance, but you were like even lower maintenance. Like, you really didn't need much. It's like, why am I so needy? Why do I need, why do I feel like I need a break? My mom never needed a break.
You're not understanding. You were working 10 to 12 hours a day and then coming home to kids. I didn't have to do that. My kids were my work.
Yeah, I feel like it just all happened super fast.
And I started having kids early. I had Julian at 21.
Yeah.
And so my plan was always, I'm going to give this everything I have. And then when I'm in my 40s, I'm going to be footloose and fancy free, and I'll be able to do whatever
Unless
I
my young kids have young babies, and now I have to be footloose and fancy free with the babies on my back.
That part never crossed my mind.
Oh, wow.
Never crossed my mind.
How you have a daughter and you don't cross your mind that I'm too going to have babies, I'm going to need help? And then what if she has her own business? Because now what does that mean for me? What is your advice to me so since our circumstances are different, what do you suggest I do, and how do you feel like I should ask for help? What do you think that I should do? Not that I made a decision to not be a stay-at-home mom. What do I do?
So, you can do what a lot of the other working moms do,
Okay.
which is the after-school care, daycare. Y'all didn't go to daycare like that because I was at home.
Okay, but
so that's what the working moms. So see, you have to do what the working moms do. I did what the stay-at-home moms do because that was my choice. Your choices were different, and then you do still have.
So does that not make? But does that not make you see that I made the wrong choice? Like, it's either I made the wrong choice. No, but it seems wrong if you're happy and you're footloose and fancy free. I can't even see myself being there. I can't even see a time where I'm going to have peace in my life. Like, I can't see that. I feel like I chose.
You just got a few years. How old is Dash?
No, because I'm going to be a parent forever, and they have grandkids. I feel like I'm going to let them come over because I know that the parents are going to need help because I did, and I know that I feel like as a stay-at-home mom. And you knew how much help we needed and how, like, the amount of money it costs for daycare and things like that. Now that you have the time and the space and the energy still, because I was like, wow, young mom, young grandma. I did. I was like, look at that. Look at you. How many steps you do a day? 20,000 steps. That's plenty. Plenty to keep up with babies.
Imagine how I can do a walk of 10,000 steps with 2 babies on my back and 1 holding my hand.
Exactly. And that's what I do every day.
No.
I don't know how many steps I walk. You don't know how many steps I walk? You know how many steps I walk?
You walking right around this bakery.
Back and forth. That's all I know. You're walking with a view. I'm sitting here walking around it's just, I want to know what the solution is so I can stop complaining about my situation. I want to stop complaining about being a working mom. So then the opposite of a working mom is a stay-at-home mom. And that also sounds like misery because I felt like you were not happy being just a stay-at-home mom in hindsight. I feel like it was a resentful, I put my life on hold so that I could be a stay-at-home mom, and now that you're footloose and fancy free, the way that interprets to me is finally see us suckers, like how I feel when I drop all my kids off at school. Now you get to live your life. That's how I see.
But my life isn't okay. I'm living my life, and I'm not. It's like I never had kids. I'm still involved
in the kids' life, but then
kids and with my grandkids. But I'm not your person. Your husband is your.
But my husband, I felt like
when I was when Kirk and I were raising you all, my parents were not my people. They watched you all when they wanted to watch you.
Did that make you sad?
And they never once watched
Did that make you sad?
When you were babies. They didn't do bottles. They didn't do Pampers.
I get it.
They didn't do any of that. They started watching you all when you were old enough. Grandma needed you to be able to help clean.
Yeah, I know.
Help fold laundry. Help her cook if necessary.
Little baby slaves.
Right. So
utilities.
She didn't have you coming over there when you were 1 and 2 years old.
So how did that make you feel though? As a young mother.
It made me feel like
you need to be
this is a choice that I made.
So that's why I feel like a punishment. That's why I feel like
it didn't feel like a punishment. Mm-mm. There are consequences to
punishment. Is consequences punishment?
No. Consequence is a positive way of saying this is what happens when you make a decision. And I made the decision not once, not twice, but 3 times.
And you needing help doesn't make, like, I feel like if I wasn't alive, I wouldn't have 3 kids. So I feel like it's your fault. And now you need to help, because if I didn't exist, we wouldn't even be here. Now you have lots of kids, as many kids.
I don't think about it like that.
I think about it like that. I think you should be lucky that your sons didn't have any babies, so you wouldn't have more grandkids to help with. So it's like, I don't want you to be overcrowded with babies, but Julian and Jalen might have babies sometime.
I explained to every single one of you that I am not going to be.
They're so cute.
Primate. They are extremely cute.
I thought you were going to change your mind. It's the cuter I could make them.
Why did you think that when I am nothing if not consistent?
But I thought that meant as a teenage mom. You heard the first episode. I said that. I said I thought she meant if I was a teenage mom, she wouldn't help. But I didn't know
specifications. I said I'm not watching any kids. So the fact that, like, when Dallas was over my house every single day last week,
right,
because his school was out,
yeah,
and so he came and did e-learning with me, that was no problem.
Yeah.
No problem at all. Dallas knows how to say what he wants, what he needs. He knows how to go to the bathroom by himself. He don't need me to hold his cup while he drinks. Yeah. None of that. He's great. He can come over whenever he wants to, as long as I'm home. Now, if I'm not home,
and those other 2.
And the other 2, they can come also. And Denham can spend the night. Dash don't like sleeping through the night. Guess who loves to sleep through the night?
I'm dead.
Me
too.
I love sleeping through the night.
Me too, and
but guess who didn't get to sleep through the night when I had babies?
Right, but it's like, now that you've been okay, all right. I say all this to say, I need some help. Okay.
So that you talked in your first podcast episode, because of course I listened. And I thought it was great.
I'm glad you liked it.
But you talked in the first episode about creating a village.
I
had a village.
You like, get your village.
I had my friends.
I said all of this. I heard the podcast too.
So there you go.
I know. I figured out I need to find my own village, but you're still a part of it. So you're
definitely a part of it.
You're the elder of my village, but we're trying to get our little group together. So that was like a big thing that I had to remember. You said that you dealt with the same thing, making Aunt Jenny, who's my grandma's sister, my godmother, like you making your mom's friends and people that she trusts, your, people for your kids initially is a knee-jerk reaction. It's whoever my mom trusted, I'm going to trust them too. I trust my mom. I don't know how to trust the friends that I have around. These are all new friends. They're newer than you. Mm-hmm. Everybody's newer than how long I've known you. So I trust you the absolute most. So I want you to be my first person that I get to call. But when, like I said in the first episode, when you say no, I think that if my mom doesn't want to watch him, nobody would. So then that kind of X's me out.
I very rarely say
I know. So can they spend time with somebody else that I feel like is a great mother and could nurture them with time, because I can't, because I'm at work getting the money. That's what I'm saying. I want the gaps to be filled in by the people like me creating the village. I want the time, because I know time is more important. They need to spend it with somebody, because right now they're either in the shop running around and being told to sit down and sit still and be quiet, or they're at home not knowing where I am at all, and that makes me feel sad. So I'm just trying to figure it out.
Their father.
But Dallas told me that he didn't even know where I was going every weekend. He thought I was just gone. And I'm like, don't you know I own a bakery? And he's like, yeah, but I didn't know that you were there. So all these Saturdays where I knew he thought I was making cakes, he told me I broke down crying. I go, what the heck? What am I doing this for? And I posted that thing about retiring the next week. Because how do you not know? And that's what I've been trying to show you all along. It's like, I'm a hard worker. That's at least the thing you're going to get at the end. But now you think I'm absent. And I don't like that. But you're eating, so you're not hungry. So 1 + 1 is 2. So something's happening, but you're not going to always see me, because I do have to make money, but I would like to always be there. And I feel conflicted. So,
and I think a lot of working moms feel that conflict, and a lot of stay-at-home
don't have
moms
feel the other side,
right? About,
but since you didn't say that stuff, I didn't really know that was what was going on. So I just really know, like, the way I feel, it probably is misplaced. A lot of the things, like a lot of my anger, and looking back, our experiences were so different that when I tell you how I perceive them, you are shocked. Like, you really are like, I didn't know that's how you took it, but it is. And it is, like, it's still valid. Our truths are still valid, but it's hard. I know listening to the podcast is going to be a little bit, like, it's going to be challenging at times, but it's not like, I'm just saying it to show how I got here. So with everything being said, everything working for God and for his good, like that, it all turned out fine. I just don't want anybody to feel like we don't have a better relationship now that we can talk about and be honest. And it's not, I'm not putting on a facade or anything. We are much better now than we've ever been. I was telling, like, you always used to say I wasn't your little friend, but I'm your best friend now, aren't I? Aren't I?
Did I say you weren't my little friend?
Yes.
I don't remember saying that.
What do you mean? You might as well have a tattooed on you. What are you talking about? That's crazy. Like, you really made that. I was really like, I can't wait to get older because I'm going to be her friend. And now here I am, and you only want to be friends with people over 40. Imagine that. It's just crazy. But I had a question for you. Who is your favorite child? Speak now. Or forever hold your peace. Well, no, just speak now.
Parents don't have favorites.
Okay, but what about you? Come on, let me hear it. What do you mean? Now we're all out the house.
I have a favorite.
I don't believe you.
I love all three of my children equally. You all have different strengths, different weaknesses.
Who has more strengths?
Equal.
Oh, I'm dead. So I asked Jalen. He said Julian is the favorite. I think Julian is your favorite also. So what do you have to say for yourself?
I don't have a favorite.
I'm dead. Wow. Okay, well, we'll come back to this episode. I was telling them that I strive to be your favorite child, so I'm making efforts every day to check on you, to call, to do things for you, and to have dinner with you just so I can be your favorite. And here you are, denying me my win. And I will take this as far as I need to until you admit it. And I'm just wanted to let you know.
Mothers don't have favorites.
Mm-mm.